You don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy.
The Puff was like, first he was amping him to get stout. Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we can just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it.
This is
Puff.
Okay.
He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we go shopping or some shit? I mean, I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just said?
There are stories that only Hollywood dares to hide. Secrets that only the boldest dare to speak out loud. And today, we're diving into one of them. Terrence Howard, the veteran actor, the face of Empire, and the man who stood alongside Iron Man in the very first Marvel film, has stepped forward to pull back the curtain on the dark side of Diddy's infamous parties. But this isn't just a complaint. It's a warning, a confession, a wake-up call about what Hollywood calls the price of keeping your soul. And it doesn't stop there. 50 Cent, rapper, producer, and someone never afraid to call people out, has hinted that he holds evidence powerful enough to burn down an entire entertainment empire. In fact, a tell-all docuseries is reportedly in the works, and Diddy's name is smack in the center of the storm. So if you've ever thought names like Justin Bieber, Usher, or Kanye West were just celebrities, get ready, because according to what's surfacing, they might be victims, or part of the game. If Terrence Howard was the one who had the guts to say no and deal with the consequences, 50 Cent chose a different path. To expose everything, and make sure the whole world hears about it. Just waiting for the right moment to drop the truth. 50 Cent, a battle-hardened rapper who survived 9 bullets and now produces some of the most talked-about series like Power and BMF, is planning something big. He calls it the real story behind the Puffy parties. In a recent Instagram post, he mentioned Terrence by name, thanking him for speaking the truth in an industry built on lies. He also teased that there are 17 names on a secret guest list from Diddy's parties, and some of them are rappers you probably listen to every day. That's when the internet exploded. Usher, who lived with Diddy during his teenage years. Justin Bieber, seen partying with Diddy at just 15 years old. Kanye West, whose relationship with Diddy has always felt both close and oddly complex. Some users even dug up an old clip where Bieber says, "Diddy said he'd take me out for my 16th birthday. Just the two of us, no adults." Back then, it sounded like a joke. Today, it sends a chill down your spine. And it doesn't end there. 50 Cent claims his upcoming docuseries includes recordings, security footage, and first-hand stories from people who were once groomed, but got out just in time. "I'm not doing this for views," 50 says. "I'm doing this because the next generation of kids might fall into the same trap if nobody speaks up." And if you know anything about 50 Cent, you know one thing for sure. Once he locks onto someone, they either crumble or get exposed for real. That wasn't a party. It was a ritual. That's how Terrence Howard described the gatherings inside Diddy's mansion. A place he called a doorway into a twisted world. According to Terrence, and others in the industry who've whispered about it for years, these events weren't anything like what you'd see on Instagram. They weren't wild dance nights with champagne showers and celebrities taking selfies. No. Everyone there knew exactly why they were invited, and nobody asked questions. Behind the dim lights were tightly secured VIP rooms, guarded, off-limits to anyone not specifically chosen. Neon red and purple lights filled the air, smoke drifting like a scene from a psychological thriller. A DJ was present, but no one danced. People just watched each other. Terrence said he saw people walk in with pride and status, and leave with hollow eyes. "I've never seen someone come back the same after giving themselves away in there," he said. And he added something even heavier. "When you trade away your dignity for a shot at the spotlight, you don't get that piece of yourself back." On Reddit and other backstage forums, people claiming to be former staffers at these parties have said similar things. People exiting rooms in tears, A-list hopefuls suddenly vanishing from the scene, stars crashing after a brief rise to fame. Insiders call it the fall after the glow-up. There's even a persistent rumor that one major male artist, once dubbed Diddy's prodigy, quietly quit the industry after witnessing something that haunted him. And then there are whispers of rituals, breaking personal boundaries disguised as initiation, dressed up under names like the opening party. But what's even scarier than all that? The silence. None of the big names have spoken out. Just scattered stories and people who dared to speak. And then lost everything. Terrence. He was the first to crack that door open. And 50 Cent? He's not just opening it. He's planning to blow it wide open with his docuseries. Not everyone who says no to a power game walks away with their career intact. Terrence Howard didn't just say no to Diddy. He said no to an entire system built on control, manipulation, and silent compliance. In his podcast conversation with Patrick Bet-David, Terrence didn't hold back. "I've turned down more than one big-name producer," he said. "One of them put his hand on my shoulder. I told him, 'Do that again and you're gonna lose that hand.'" Sounds like a joke, but it wasn't. The aftermath was real. Roles disappeared. Contracts vanished. Millions of dollars gone. One major action film, already in early contract talks, suddenly gave the lead role to someone else. A luxury fashion brand that had been in negotiations with him for months suddenly went radio silent. And Iron Man 2. The role of Colonel Rhodes was recast, even though Terrence played him in the first movie. Rumors say it wasn't just about money. Some insiders believe it was because Terrence didn't play the game. But he didn't flinch. "Hollywood is a moral test," he said. "And I'm okay failing that test, if it means I don't cheat to pass." In an industry where compromise is currency, Terrence became an outlier. Someone who'd rather walk away with his integrity than stay with a broken soul. And that's what sets this story apart. While many stars stay silent to protect deals and status, Terrence chose to speak, knowing full well that no one would have his back. He had nothing to gain. No movie to promote. He spoke up because he was tired of watching younger stars walk into the same trap he barely escaped. Here's something that longtime Hollywood watchers can't ignore. Why hasn't a single big name who used to hang around Diddy, from Justin Bieber, Usher, Kanye West, to Rick Ross and French Montana, publicly confirmed or denied anything about these mysterious parties? No one stepped up to defend Diddy. But no one's really called Terrence Howard a liar, either. Even when 50 Cent fired shots in broad daylight, Diddy's closest celebrity friends, names like DJ Khaled, Jay-Z, and Mary J. Blige, stayed completely silent. That silence. It's not accidental. In Hollywood, careers are built on contracts. And those contracts often come with gag orders, entangling relationships, and unspoken debts that can never be brought to light. Some might know the truth but are scared of being blacklisted. Others may feel indebted. Diddy might have helped them when they were struggling, and now they feel they owe him loyalty. And some may have participated and would rather forget. That's why, even though many quietly agree with Terrence, none of them are standing beside him. 50 Cent? He's different. He doesn't need to ask permission. He built his own empire, and that's why he can speak freely. In a world where your voice only matters if you have power behind it, most people choose to stay quiet. And that makes the voice of the one who dares to speak more powerful than ever. Sometimes, the most rebellious thing you can do in a world full of manipulation is stay true to yourself. Terrence Howard's story isn't just a shocking twist in the Hollywood drama. It's a mirror, reflecting a raw, uncomfortable truth. To get famous, you often have to give something up. But not everyone is willing to pay with their dignity. And when someone like Terrence chooses to speak up, to risk it all and walk away from power, the world starts to tremble. And then, someone else rises. 50 Cent, "I've got proof. I'll show the world," he says. That's not a threat. That's a promise from a man who's been shot, and now shoots back with the truth. So now, the real question is, who do you believe? How many names are on that blacklist? Would you still support your idol if the truth shattered your image of them? Drop a comment below. Name the artist you suspect might be caught up in this dark web. Or share any behind-the-scenes rumors you've heard that the world needs to know. And if you want us to keep digging, from power parties to secret contracts where fame is bought with a piece of your soul, hit that like, smash subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss an episode of this real-life Hollywood expose. Remember, the truth isn't on TV. It's right here, for those bold enough to listen.